Okay, everybody, welcome back to seems like it's been like a month of Sundays. We've been gone for 2 weeks. First for a trip to Grand Prix Pittsburgh, and then last week due to an unforeseen circumstance. So 2 weeks of no stream, but we are back. Some would say better than ever. My name, of course, as always, is Zachary Evans, and we are bringing you coverage of Friday Night Magic, standard tournament from Lost Legion Games and Comics in South Charleston, West Virginia. We're right into action tonight. Let's talk a little business. 20 players tonight. We're down considerably from our normal numbers. We're trying to figure out, we were talking with the guys beforehand, trying to figure out exactly why we're so low. But the weather is very nice. People finding other things to do, I imagine. Plus, we did have a qualifier last week, so people might be tapped out a little bit financially. Plus, we're at the end of a standard cycle, so people might be getting bored with the format. Let's talk about the matchup we've got for you here in round one. We've got 4 rounds of Swiss tonight. On the left, we've got Alec Myers playing American Flash, and on the right, the local legend Adam Vickers playing Garrett Ooze, green-black aggro deck. With Fight Bears, Predator Ooze, Strangleroot Geist, Rancors, Deathrite Shamans, all those kind of good stuff. Alec's deck, pretty standard. Well, actually, it's not standard American Flash deck. It's basically like all the American Flash decks jammed into one. He's got some number of Izzet Charms, Boros Charms, Azorius Charms. He is playing Reckoners. I think he's playing one Aurelia as well. No Geists, and he is playing one copy of a Symbol of the Legion in the main. So, interesting take on it. Like I said, he's playing Izzet Charm. Not a lot of the stock lists are playing those, so we'll see how that works out for him. He was play testing a little bit earlier tonight, and we were able to check that out. While these guys are shuffling up, we go ahead and thank the fine folks here at Lost Legion Games and Comics in beautiful downtown South Charleston, West Virginia, one of 4 locations here in the greater West Virginia area. Parkersburg, South Charleston, Princeton, and Beckley. If you're ever in West Virginia, if it's summertime and you're driving from the Midwest on your way to Myrtle Beach, make sure you stop off and visit the store. Good people, good prices, lots of fun gaming supplies, live streaming FNM action every week, barring any unforeseen circumstances. 6:30 p.m. Eastern is when we start. If you're watching live now, you obviously know where the website is. Twitch.tv/ZachSellsMagic, but if you're watching on YouTube after the fact, come and try to join us live sometime. If you can't make your FNM, come watch ours. So we're going to have not only do we have a lower than usual number of participants tonight, we also have a lower number than usual stream viewers tonight, which is directly attributed to the fact that Star City is streaming their Invitational, which always starts on Friday, as it is a multiple-day event. So for those of you who are dedicated and watching us, despite the fact that there are other options, as always, we appreciate your dedication. I cannot pretend to compete with Osip Lebedovich when it comes to hilarious commentary. I am in here by myself. One person did have a bye. Joseph Deal was on the bye, but I could not find him outside. So if he shows up, we'll get him to come in here. So Vickers winning the game of rock, paper, scissors, leading off with Golgari Guildgate. Second Guildgate into Ulvenwald Tracker, also known as Fight Bear, which has great synergy with Predator Ooze, helps to pump it and also take out opposing creatures since it is indestructible. Bounding in for 1. Start a little bit stymied by double Guildgate opener and the awkward Arbor Elf with no forest to untap. And there is a Reckoner off an untapped Sacred Foundry. It's going to be very difficult for Adam to deal with in this circumstance. And there we see Adam offering up both of his creatures in order to trade with the Reckoner. Reckoner redirecting the Fight Bear damage to the Arbor Elf, activating Morbid on Tragic Slip. But Alec following up with another one, though he did miss his 4th land drop. Adam follows up with a Drag Mangler. No attack from Alec. Just passes back. There's no Abrupt Decay. Very unlikely that that is going to resolve. Although Alec is on just 1 blue mana. So Boros Charm choosing Indestructibility, effectively countering the Abrupt Decay. So with Tragic Slip and Abrupt Decay in his main deck, Adam actually does have a lot of game against these Reckoners that a lot of decks don't, pre-boarded even in Game 1. He is down to 2 cards here. I think we're still in Adam's turn here as he thinks about his options. He has no favorable attacks. And in response, he's just going to trade his board for the Reckoner. The one thing about these Flash decks is that they are somewhat threat light. They only play about 12 to 16 creatures. So burning through 2 Reckoners without taking any damage is somewhat of a moral victory. Although Adam is down to 3 cards after that draw step. Dreg Mangler in the yard can get scavenged back at some point. But as of now, no business. And just passes back. Might be signaling a Wolfier Avenger. 3/3 flash creature. So Alec, with an Augur of Bolus, I believe he revealed a Boros Charm on that. I'm not sure what was going on there. I think he was realizing he needed to discard from previous instances. There is, in fact, the aforementioned Wolfier Avenger to block. I'm not sure if I would have done that. I think I might have waited until I can have left Regeneration mana open. Not sure what was going on there, but Alec trading a Izzet Charm for the Avenger. But Adam has successfully tapped Alec out. Are we going to see a Strangleroot Geist here? We are, in fact. And it's going to pile in. I do know that Alec has a Blasphemous Act in his hand, but he's a long way from casting it. See an Azorius Charm, and a Rewind, and a Restoration Angel. So Angel comes in, takes out the front half of the Strangleroot Geist, which of course comes back with Undying. Follows up with a Lawless Troll, with 2 black mana open to regenerate. So Adam's still in the spot here. If he finds a 5th land, he can scavenge his Drag Mangler back on his Strangleroot Geist. Then it would be too big for the Angel to profitably block, as we see Alec cycle the front half of a Think Twice. End of turn, pitching a Drag Mangler to the Lotleth Troll, making it a 3/2. There is the 5th land. The problem is, in this case, though, if he taps out for the Scavenge, then he can't leave Regeneration mana open. Alec, digging through all of his business, finds a Searing Spear that takes out the back half of the Strangleroot guy, so he's now just dealing with the Lotleth Troll. Cavern of Souls likely naming Angel. In this case, it's not going to matter, as Adam doesn't have counter magic, and Alec's mana is perfect. There is a Predator Ooze, so if this resolves, likely, I imagine, get rewound here, I guess? Oh no, he's drawn a Dissipate. Yeah, that card's very difficult for Alec to deal with. Adam desperately looking for a 6th land so that he can scavenge and scavenge as well as regenerate in the same turn. Azorius Charm, a perfect answer for counter-based creature like Lotleth Troll, putting it on the top of his deck. This Angel might be enough to go the distance. There we see another Lotleth Troll. We see a Rewind take it out. And now Alec's feeling it as the pace of his play starts to pick up. And now as I realize that I forgot to mention it was round 1. So there. Just fixing the life total there, apparently a discrepancy. Stranglerootgeist comes down. Boros Charm plus an attack from the Angel. Good enough to finish off Adam. So we move to the boards. Do not have any deck lists. So thanks to the 44 of you who are currently watching. Like I said, I know there are plenty of other options for you tonight in terms of streaming Magic coverage, so we appreciate the dedicated few of you who stick around with our silly little broadcast. I do want to apologize. Well, might as well bring this up since I did work on this earlier today. We now have picture-in-picture technology. Thanks to all of you guys for sticking with us. We have been out the last 2 weeks. We did go to Grand Prix Pittsburgh a couple weeks ago. That was, of course, an amazing trip. If you visit our Facebook page, which you can go over to at facebook.com/ZachSellsMagic. Tons of pictures, tons of stories about there. We actually have a local participant, Dave Snow, who actually played in the FNM the week earlier and top 8'd. He finished 48th in that event, so a top 64 cash finish from him. Lots of us went up for a variety of other reasons. I know some of the guys that went up to play side events, like Alec. Alec himself won a cash in a two-headed giant event. Garrett won multiple boxes, I think, over the course of the weekend. Of course, awesome trades. Good to meet up with a ton of you. Met with a lot of you guys up there. That's a lot of the fun of doing the stream, is to meet interesting people at the larger events. Hopefully, over the course of the night, we'll get some other guys in here to talk about that. We've got World Magic qualifiers going on tomorrow. In DC, we've got the Star City Games Invitational currently underway in Atlanta. That, of course, a multi-format legacy and standard event. We had last weekend, we had our Star City Games Invitational qualifier here at the store. I know we've been advertising it pretty hard for many months, and it turned out to be a giant success as 52 players showed up to battle out top 8 for $250 cash and the invitation to the next invitational. And also, we remodeled the store. I know a lot of you all haven't been here in person, but again, pictures up on the website. They took out some walls here at the store to open things up. It looks totally different. It's a ton of new space. It's going to work out well for the store. So a lot of things have been happening in the 2 weeks that we have been gone. So hopefully we'll have a chance to talk about some of those tonight. Feel free to pop in the chat there if you have anything that you'd like to share or any questions throughout the night. Why did I put this little picture of myself up here? Why not? We had the technology. We could do it. So it looks like the guys are moving into Game 2 here, as Alec has taken round 1 with his American Flash deck. Moving into the sideboard again, I'm not exactly sure what Adam has in his sideboard. I imagine there might be some number of Abrupt Decays that would come in. Maybe an extra Tragic Slip. Possibly a Ground Seal. I'm not sure if he's playing that or not. It does help against the Snapcaster deck. And the Think Twices. So we'll see exactly what his answer is. Looks like Alex has already drawn a 7 and keeping them. I'm not sure if Adam is mulling to 6 or just a little bit slower on the sideboarding. I have borrowed another computer this week from one Mr. Brandon Hart. And hopefully, by running some things on that computer as opposed to straining my own computer with all of these peripherals and Google Chrome windows that it clearly cannot handle, this should help it be a little bit more stable. Here we are into Game 2 now. The same double Guildgate open, but this time leading off with a Deathrite Shaman. Let's see if that lives through the turn, and it does, in fact, live through the turn. Deathrite very good in this matchup. Stranglerootgeist coming. Serve in for 3. Deathrite very good in against the Snapcaster deck. Has plenty of fuel for offense in terms of draining 2 every turn, but also a ton of value in terms of interacting with their Snapcaster mages, eating their flashback spells. There, in fact, is a Think Twice. Let's see if Adam eats it end of turn, chooses not to. Alec down to 15 off an untapped land. End of turn, flashing in Wolfear Avenger. 3/3 that regenerates for 2. So Adam with quite a board here. Angel in hand for Alec. See if it comes down to kill that Avenger. Adam going to choose to regenerate. So Alec will take 2, and Adam would be smart here while Alec is tapped out to eat that Think Twice, which is exactly what he's doing. Adam Vickers is no fool. So Alec staring down much more of a team here. I see Sphinx's Revelation in his hand. An Assemble the Legion, which is an interesting card against the aggro deck. Let's see if it comes down now. If he plays it, he's basically fogging himself a turn, and he does go for it. So let's see, with him tapped out and only an Angel on board, see what kind of offense that Adam can generate. Does he have an answer to Assemble? Rancor on the 3/3. So now joined by Brandon Hart. How did your round 1 go? Are you playing Bant Hexproof? And you played against Adrian. What was Adrian playing?
Red and black cards.
Was he playing curses?
I think so. He cursed me and then scooped on turn 3.
Yes.
And then I played
he has an awful matchup against you. His curse deck is really fun, but not against the deck that wins on turn 4.
Yeah. And I drew a lot of lands and landed a guy staying trapped and just kind of won. That's kind of how that works.
So Adam gets in with his Wolfear Avenger with the Rancor on it. Trampling over despite a block from the Restoration Angel. Alec at 10 life with an active Assemble the Legion.
Did he regenerate the Blasphemous Act?
Blasphemous Act takes out
He really did
everything.
jam together all of the flash decks.
Yeah, I talked about it a little bit earlier. It's just everything all in one. So the Rancor is going to hit the Strangleroot guy, so he's going to get it. What? Very interesting here. I think I would have just got in the damage when I could.
So you have something else here?
Predator Ooze.
Seems good. Because it can just eat those tokens and get enormous.
Mm-hmm. Because the Predator Ooze does not trample, right?
Correct.
It is
He has
just
a Rancor.
That's a pretty good interaction there. It's almost as if they had thought of that when putting the deck together. No attack. Those Assemble the Legion soldiers are on defense. Adam choosing not to untap his... So take the counterspell, right?
Yeah, just take counterspell.
We're now joined by Brett Rose.
What's going on?
Long time no see, Brett.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've been in. See, it still houses brooms.
It does. So you're playing in the event tonight, right, Brett?
Hmm?
You're playing in the event?
Yeah.
Are you playing Esper Control?
No, Girl Blitz.
Gruul Blitz. So we're looking at Adam Vickers trying to resolve a duress. Of course, the laugh was because Alec assumed that it was going to counterspell the Rancor. Why did he take that? So is he just not going to play the Rancor?
Apparently not. He's just going to try to get in with his Predator.
He's just going to block it every turn, though, isn't he? Double block there, trade with the Strangleroot guys.
I think you just didn't want him to keep having the tokens, but that doesn't make total sense.
Arbor Elf. Arbor Elf with no forest to untap. Sphinx's Revelation for 3. Back up to 8.
Verdict, Rewind, Sulfur Falls?
Is that what he drew?
Yep.
That's pretty good. Although actually Verdict's not that great here, because it doesn't answer the Ooze. But as long as he has that counterflux, which you can see him leaving up on the table as a show of good sportsmanship, rather than making Adam write them down.
He has Counterflux and Rewind open?
Yeah.
Seems good. Rewind.
Chooses to show him the Rewind. This way he can Revelation again. Jump. Ooze up to 4. There's a point in this game where Adam, with Alec tapped out, could have jammed the Rancor on his dude and attacked in and put him down to 5. And I think that might be the play at which this is this game is hinging.
Alec cannot get rid of... He's going to have to... Well, I guess he can, because he has his Azorius Charm, so that's just going to solve the Predator's problem.
Yeah. It was actually just pretty fortunate that for Adam that he hadn't yet drawn an Azorius Charm.
Unless Adam sideboard in good old Ranger's Guile.
He's going to Abrupt Decay the blocker.
Miracle Revenge of the Hunted.
How did Alec get the first one?
Adam mulligans, had an Arbor Elf that could never... had a double Guildgate start with an Arbor Elf that couldn't stop it, and then just... He had double Reckoner in the first five turns, and just that kind of thing. Actually, Adam's not too bad a shape, since he is playing Abrupt Decay and Tragic Slip main. So he does have game one outs to but what can you do? Do you like my new picture-in-picture technology? Check out how brilliant is that.
That's pretty cool.
I don't know why I've ever done it before, because I just literally realized, you can just put the other camera in there. Because I made that, if you follow our YouTube videos, of course all this goes up on our YouTube channel, but I made the Commander video for the Mimeoplasm. Did you ever see that or ever hear me talk about it? But so I put it up there, and while I was doing it, I was going through all the cards on a close-up cam, and then I just figured, well, I'll just put my face up on the screen just to take up space. Yeah. And then I was like, I can do that with the stream. It's a little bit more interactive. What are the chances? There's got to be somebody still playing, right? We got 20 minutes left.
Yeah, there were plenty of people out there still going.
You guys want to chit-chat while I talk to these people about something? Talk to them about the IQ.
IQ was fun.
Yeah, well.
Rose out top 8. Trying to scan the product.
Yeah. I always try to look and see what these scan bars are. Whenever they first got popular, there was a bunch of trolling stuff online about printing out these and putting them up at Walmart and stuff, and having it linked to 2 Girls 1 Cup or Lemon Party, and I've not seen one that wasn't direct products yet.
I've never seen any. I remember when they came out, but I literally just never saw any at that point.
Yeah, there was no point in it.
So, Twitch World, who actually thought Brian Kibler's list was going to win this matchup? Anyone? No.
Did you see the revealed card from today?
The counterspell?
Well, there was the silence counterspell piece of crap thing. And then there was some dude that does 6 damage when you play a non-creature spell.
Oh, he was spoiled from GP weekend.
Oh, was it?
He was spoiled at PAX East. The Gruul 6/6 for 6 that if you cast a non-creature spell, deals 6 damage to that creature's target player.
Are we talking about that Rurik?
Yeah.
Which
we should talk about that.
He seems like he could he could be rebirthed pretty easy.
I think
he'd been spoiled previously. I need to get on that. I don't have any spoilers set up for it right now, but
I will play him and John.
Yeah.
He's really good. I think he's really good.
You mean John just wants to sit there and play lands and wolf run? Sure. You want to put him on top, take 6 life, I don't care.
I have another game for you guys. Exclusively for you two guys. I didn't do it for anybody else.
Okay.
We've got on the left Garrett Meadows, and we've got on the right Jonathan Wright.
Heyo.
It always works that way. So
I think eventually they just start sitting on the left.
Garrett, just to spite us, Garrett playing Esper Control, and Jonathan playing American Flash, and Garrett did get game 1.
Which this is the worst matchup for Mr. Wright in his American Flash deck.
Yeah, it's tough to beat a Drown Yard when you are the Flash deck.
Well, he has Psychic Spiral sideboard.
Yeah, game 2 and 3 you have a chance. You can bring in a couple copies of Jace. You can bring Jace Memory Adept. You can bring in the Psychic Spiral and be on that plan. But Garrett just has he's playing all 4 Supreme Verdicts. He's playing Deadweight. He's playing a Planar Cleansing.
So about the game that's happening, they've each kept 2 lane hands.
Mm-hmm.
Both played 2 Think Twices, or a Think Twice and an Azorius Charm from Garrett in main phase to draw a card, and 2 Think Twices main phase for Jonathan Wright.
What is Garrett doing?
They're discarding.
Oh, he needed to discard. So there's another Think Twice. They've missed the 3rd land?
Every time. both of them.
Oh, man.
So this is like turn 4 for
This
Garrett.
is turn 2, 3, 4. This is turn 4 for Garrett.
What do you pitch there? Just
Dispel.
Dispel. A game that's a sideboard card.
you would think that you would want to keep that.
I mean, he's got
Usually,
7 cards in hand.
usually that's to tell that you have another one. We're full. Sorry, Yen.
Love you.
I don't.
I love myself.
No. I haven't seen Yen in forever. I realize I keep saying, I haven't seen you guys in forever, and then I realize it's because I have been gone for 2 weeks. No one else has gone anywhere. I just haven't been here. So they've both found their third land.
Respectively on turn 6.
There's a lot of excitement in this matchup.
A lot of thinking.
But of course it is. I mean, that's part of Magic. Jonathan's deck, of course, in this matchup is supposed to be the beatdown, but it's just very difficult to be the beatdown when your opponent can 1-for-1 you all day.
This isn't a good matchup. I really like this match in general. It's just unfortunate.
The control deck is always a huge favorite.
Shocks himself for
Blind Obedience.
There goes the Symbol Legion.
and negate.
And Dissipate takes out Blind
Oh,
Obedience.
was it Dissipate? I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
well, it's the same thing. What's it matter?
Restoration Angel's up.
Yeah. Blind Obedience, he's actually playing all 4 copies. It's basically his win condition.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to tell you. Garrett has 2 very exciting cards in his deck. And those cards are Call of the Nightwing. Are you familiar with Call of the Nightwing?
No.
It's the 4-cost make a 1/1 flyer token cipher card.
Huh.
So here's what's fun about that. You cipher onto the token, and then you can extort off of that free spell every turn as well.
Okay.
I think it's probably the worst card in his deck, but it's fun.
Yeah. I mean, that's.
I feel like he's going to slide him out every game.
Probably.
As much as he loves playing them, he's probably just going to
I mean, you gotta play some fun cards. So the second Blind Obedience sticks through a rewind as a negate takes it out, and Jonathan's cycling the back half of his Think Twice. I know Jonathan was very excited about going to the Grand Prix because he got to come back with so many return to actual Ravnica block Shocklands and old Think Twices.
He had to think twice. We spent a solid 2 hours getting all the old Shocklands, and he won 2 boxes. He split both of them, and all the cards he opened, he traded away for the old art Shocklands with the original art Shocklands.
The old Think Twice, that's the fat dude looking around, right?
Yeah, he has kind of like goggles on, he's in the background.
Yeah.
How long will this angel last?
Not very long.
But will Garrett get greedy? He didn't attack, did he?
Comes in tapped.
So
Yeah.
Jonathan
He
has
changed it from 2017. That's what I'm saying.
Jonathan has a detention sphere in the sideboard. The question is it in his deck now? And can he draw it to get rid of this Blind Obedience? Because that Blind Obedience is going to kill him. I forgot I actually have Garrett's deck list here. His sideboard, 4 Rest in Peace, 2 Negate, a Pithing Needle, a Witchbane Orb, Jace Memory Adept, Staff of Nin, Dispel, 2 Feeling of Dread, a Curse of Death's Hold, and a Detention Sphere. And there is the aforementioned Call of the Nightwing. So that is a 4-cost sorcery that makes a 1/1 flyer. Then you cipher, and you can, because of the way that the resolution works, you can cipher onto the token it makes.
Yeah.
And that's, well, if Jonathan saw game 1, he probably didn't bring out the tons of removal he has.
So I imagine Garrett is bringing in Jace Memory Adept. He might bring in some number of Rest in Peace. The Negates are surely in there.
The spells in there.
The Witchbane Orb, maybe?
Should. Memory Dab.
And a D-Sphere. And a Dispel. And a Staff of Nin.
He
Pretty much
he
all of
should
that
have brought
sounds
it.
good.
I actually see zero
Lots
reason
of
to
cards.
why are the Rest in Peace in his sideboard?
Well, I mean, you might play 1 in the main deck, but probably not more than that. Searing Spear, taking out the token.
I just feel like his deck plays in his graveyard a little bit.
Yeah,
so
do you want to fight over a Searing Spear for this Call of the Nightwing? See, the problem is that it's, without seeing Garrett's hand, it's a determination of, does Garrett have another way of winning? He's going to extort that one. So Jonathan's still going to kill it, I'm sure. There is a sideboarded Dispel for Jonathan, so Call of the Nightwing is
Okay, it's like, I don't know.
exiled. Oh, he did bring in that is Urgent Exorcism, I believe, which is an instant speed, destroy target enchantment or spirit.
And it's in his sideboard for 1 card
Yeah.
and 1 card only.
Hey, assemble the Legion.
Wrong.
What's it in there
Opposite
for? Opposite that? Oh, because it's a spirit?
Yep.
It does work. Meanwhile, while we were dicking around,
Best card in Standard just hit the
yeah,
field.
5 lands and the Thunder Maul come down, but Supreme Verdict takes everything out, and we are back to square one. Does Jonathan have... Oh, he's got a grip, like 4 cards in hand? 3 at least, right?
He left his spears in, so this could just end with spears, right?
Yes.
Spear, Snapcaster Spear.
I don't mind leaving the spears in, because that's probably the best way to beat Garrett, is just to try and be aggressive. There's no way that resolves. But you gotta run it out there, right? Old school dissipate. Flashback, old school, think twice. What'd you call it? Fat guy?
Fat guy looking for stuff.
Fat guy looking for stuff. Flashback, the old fat guy looking for stuff.
Doesn't look like Jonathan has land. Oh, he has land. It's probably his fistful of land.
He's got 2 cards,
Looks like 3.
and Garrett has 1 billion. I may be exaggerating slightly, but I think it's 1 billion. Front half of Think Twice. Snapcaster Mage.
Target Steering Spear.
Target Steering Spear?
Right, Spear. Because then he has to get rid of the Snapcaster, he loses.
Mm-hmm. How about we just, oh, that is a blowout.
He's just Spear. Look at that math, guys. And does he have the Azorius Charm in hand? Does he have the Azorius Charm in hand?
How much does it hurt to Azorius Charm Snapcaster?
He has it. Does he have the Spear? Or the counterspell?
Or does he have another Snapcaster? This is like the sickest slow roll ever if he has an island. There's an unhinged island.
You know what he traded for his 2 unhinged islands?
What?
8 Cavernous Souls.
Yikes. To a vendor?
Yeah.
Oh, well that's not as bad. They probably sell them for 8 and they buy the cavern at 17. So it works out fine.
Math is there.
Yeah.
I told him to try to get a planes, too, but he didn't feel like haggling. Like I felt like haggling.
Or he could just walk around to anyone in the area and say, hey, who has unhinged lands? And then some random grinder will pull up a book of them. I would have given him 2 islands for a cavern. My overhead's a lot lower, though. So back to the game here. Garrett at a very uncomfortable 2 life, knowing that there's a Snapcaster Mage on the top of Jonathan's library. Stuck on 5 land. He's been mana screwed this entire game.
How many lands does he play? 27?
Garrett, 25, 29. 29 lands.
So
Good lord.
that's gotta be miserable. to
No,
think about.
it's 25. I think he's just highlighted the 4 lands that weren't mana lands. So I think he's on 25 lands.
I don't like that number for.
You want more?
Yeah. I
Maybe
want at least
26.
26.
That's what I was running.
Snapcaster. He knew he had the Snapcaster.
Yeah. That was an end
Oh,
of
now
turn.
he can.
That was EOT.
Now he can Supreme Verdict it, right?
Yep. How funny is it that we're fighting over this bear? Snapcaster is one of the greatest cards in the history of Magic, but all we care about is that it has 2 power.
That's what currently matters, right?
There's Sorin. Because Garrett does not play a deck in any format that doesn't have at least 1 Sorin in it.
So
Does
it's
he
good.
have- does he have
And Sorin is
Gavin
deceptively good. Does he have Gavin in his deck?
in his deck? Is it highlighted?
No, I don't.
Restoration Angel? Yeah.
Restoration end of turn, blinking Snapcaster for some random value. Doesn't matter because he can't deal with the attack back. So we move to game 3, 10 minutes to go in this round. Already off to game 3 in the bonus match.
I guess stumbling there really benefited Jonathan.
Yeah, and I mean,
It was going to.
being able to take out the, drawing the sideboard answer to Blind Obedience,
What's that Thunder Maul in hand?
well, the Thunder Maul has made the difference. Yeah, actually, I think the Thunder Maul probably did win him the game because it just, I don't know, sometimes a Lava Axe is good if you can get him into bolt range. Yeah, so let's look, like I said, in more detail. Garrett's bringing in 2 negates.
I would assume Pithing Needle.
Pithing Needle naming, the only thing you can name is No, you can't. It's activated abilities. The only thing he would bring in is if he really wanted to, excuse me, take out Jace Memory Adept. But I don't think he'd bring it in for that. Which main orb you'd want? Memory Adept to fight their Memory Adept Staff of Nin, Dispel, and then a Detention Sphere.
Maybe the Feeling Dreads?
I don't know if he wants those or not. I think he might just rather fight on a stack. I mean, basically the Feeling Dread is just against decks where he can tap a Flint Hoof Boar and a Stromkirk Noble so that he doesn't die before he can Supreme Verdict. I'm not really sure if there's a lot of upside to waiting much longer than that. Something else going on here in this background?
It's just internet. You can close it out.
Close this.
Yeah. It's just telling me that the internet that came with my computer is expired.
We're getting real choppy here as our signal has dropped. Oh, there it comes back. Likely someone was doing something on an unauthorized computer.
Probably the 12 tabs you have open.
Those are all text documents. That's how I update all the titles, Brandon.
It is 12. I'm actually just... Oh, and then this stream. Just give me a hard time.
That's fine. I'll allow it. If I banned giving me a hard time from our FNM stream, I would never be able to broadcast FNM. Is it cold in here or is it just me?
It's a little chilly.
I'm wearing jeans and a hooded sweatshirt, and I'm still cold.
It feels amazing.
Look at that.
Outside.
Garrett, turn 2 blind obedience. Obviously,
I don't think you could play that any faster, could he?
No. Well, they both need to get after it, because if somebody's going to win this match, they need to play aggressively.
Jonathan doesn't play fast. It's not in his...
No. Think twice, end of turn for Jonathan.
Villiancos it up.
No one Villiancos it out, except the man himself. So neither player stumbling on lands this time.
Does he play up in Morgantown on reunion?
He plays when he has time. He is not a weekly participant. Geist of St. Traft.
Seems good.
One of the best cards against Garrett. No! Call of the Nightwing. Which likely is going to eat a spear, and then Jonathan's going to attack for 6.
Yeah, he's probably the worst card he could have tapped out for on turn 4, right?
Yeah.
And with a Geist on the other side.
I don't really like this this card in this matchup, but
He wants to know it. His demise was answered very quickly. And his angel still goes to hit him in the face.
what was he reading? What was he checking?
He was going to see if the angel comes in tapped or not tapped, so...
Yeah, it comes in tapped and attacking, right?
Yes.
So here's the question of whether or not it gets in, and he's going to extort off the free cast, so that fun little interaction.
If you populate a angel token, is it attacking?
Nope.
Does it disappear at the end of the combat phase?
If you populate it,
No, if you populate it, it's just a copy. It doesn't copy the extra conditions of it. But I don't think it's attacking. How much do you like that Rest in Peace Now? A lot, but guess what? I'm still piling in for 9. My goodness.
I don't actually really hate that Nightwing, actually. Hey look, Thunderball, he's here to play.
Sphinx of Revelation for 1. You do what you gotta do.
Did he get a verdict though? That'd be nuts, right?
This is only out. Draw for turn. Think twice.
Did he have another land?
Looking for land number 4 and the verdict. He might have land number 4.
Okay, you lose. This math isn't going to work in your favor.
It is a lot. Yeah, and Garrett realizes it. Just not meant to be in that game. Jonathan had basically the best start he could possibly have. He has a turn 3 Geist that Garrett can only deal with basically like 6 cards in his deck. He has the Restoration Angel to protect it and Thunderball. And even though Thunderball doesn't get in for 5 damage the first turn it comes in, it's still pretty good.
It's ironic that the only thing that they killed the Nightwings, and that's probably like the least relevant thing it's going to do all night.
It is not the greatest of plays. But while we've got a second here, we will be on to, just under 5 minutes left in the round, we will be on to round number 2 very shortly.
Is that 10 cards?
Sideboard?
Yeah.
Yeah. Jonathan plays Reckoner's main and then goes to the Geists in game 2.
Reckoner's main anymore.
Does he?
His main win condition is Assimilation.
Assimilation? I thought he said he only plays like one of them.
He went up to 2. His is a very controlled. It's very...
It switches like week to week.
He doesn't know what flash he wants to run.
I don't know what flash you should run, but I know what everyone else should do is they should go and help us out by following us on various forms of social media. So obviously if you're watching now on Twitch, you know where the Twitch stream is. Every Friday night at 6:30, we broadcast standard from Lost Legion here. Sometimes it's draft. What?
Slideshow?
I don't know what that means. But, yeah, so twitch.tv/ZachSellsMagic if you're watching after the fact. Click the follow button above the video window to the left. That'll send you an email notification anytime our stream goes live. Follow me on Twitter at ZachSellsMagic, YouTube channel at ZachSellsMagic, Facebook page, facebook.com/ZachSellsMagic. Everything we record goes up on YouTube. I'm making some kind of non sequitur comments on Twitter all week long. And then Facebook is our predominant means of communication, daily content. What we talked about today on the Facebook page. We talked about the spoiler. We had Judge promos have been spoiled. We have Crucible of Worlds and Bribery. So Bribery is an alternate arts new border foil. Yeah, we're full. And we have a hard 3-person cutoff here in the broom closet. JB has asked.
Well, there were a lot of times where it just got to a point where there was 5 people in here.
It's JB doesn't like it because it's like a fire hazard, which I can't. I'm not going to argue with him. The man runs a business, and the worst thing that could happen is, God forbid, something go wrong, and then we can't get out of here because me, Garrett, and Max Turner are all in this little room, and it's bad news everything. So the spoilers today, like I said, were. Let's see if I can add, I don't know if I have them on my computer or not. Yeah, but it's a foil Crucible of Worlds. It's old frame. So it's the regular Crucible art in the old border foiled. So it's like an old Judge promo. It's pretty cool looking. The same thing as like they did the swords, and then they did the yeah.
Already?
Yeah, it's quick. Not going to be a lot of downtime in this one.
Bribery's the red one, right?
Bribery is 3 and 2 blue. Look at target player's library and take a creature and put it into play.
Okay.
It is an EDH powerhouse.
You gonna play Joseph D?
We are already in the round 2. So Brandon, you're taking on Joseph Deal. What are you playing tonight?
I am playing me or Brett?
You.
I am playing Bank Expert.
Why don't you guys play?
Joseph Deal's playing Bank Over.
I know. Those are 2 decks we don't usually get to see.
You're playing the R deck?
You're playing. Brett, you're playing Logan.
Okay.
There are no table
I
numbers
was
tonight.
this close to playing it for like YouTube, but I was like, you know what? I've played Jund for 8 months. Let's stick to it.
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit more about the Brandon is playing the Bant Hexproof deck, which won the Star City Invitational that we had last weekend. 2 copies of Hexproof in the top 8. 1 American with Madcap skills, which is pretty fun, and then the Bant deck that eventually won the entire tournament. So it's pretty fun as well. Those guys are going to step outside and move into round 2. So we'll switch back to the main camera.